Welcome to Season 3, Episode 9 of the MKAU show. Today we have Fletch, we have Redgrave,
There you go.
and we got Sub-Zero 2K, the big boss man himself. We'll do our traditional start with what are we playing, reading, or watching at the moment. Does anyone want to go first?
Yes.
Yes, go Fletch.
I have been doing a social experiment on Miss Jo's Twitch account that I got, like Twitch streams that I got Subby involved with as well.
Yeah.
She's been playing Bioshock,
Yeah.
and she was really into it, and I just started suddenly putting in there. I was like, "Oh, would you kindly do a melee only challenge, or would you kindly do this?" And every time I said it, she would do whatever I wanted, and wasn't even picking up on what's happening at the game. She was just so invested in it. Then Subby started getting involved and started asking her, "Was like, would you kindly spin in your chair?" Now that's points redeemable for her channel, so you can redeem some points and make her spin in her chair.
You guys are evil.
And it was like a 3-day event, and then I was actually in the stream at the right time for the reveal to happen, and it just glossed over her.
I was going to
like,
say, did she even pick up on it?
Nah, she was so invested in the chat at that very time, and is dumping like the biggest plot twist in gaming, history stuff like that. She was just chatting away. I was like, "Oh, you missed it." It was like this huge time investment, but she got it afterwards. Like when I kind of said, "Did you understand what happened?" And then she thought about it. She's like, "Hey, that's what you've been saying, isn't it?" I'm like, "Yes." That was
I
fun.
actually dipped in there at one stage and I saw that you guys were saying that. I'm like, they better not be ruining it for her. And then I realized she was totally oblivious to what you're doing. I'm like, okay, so
I actually didn't know that she hadn't finished the game or played it when I started doing it as a joke.
Yeah.
And then she was talking about the fact that it's a new experience for her, and that she's going through that. I was like, "Oh, okay." So I just started asking more and more weird things, and she's like, "Oh, that's weird." I think at one stage we asked her to go and sing on the stage, Subby, or something like that.
Yeah, to go and play, sing a tune.
Yeah, because she was stuck in an area and she's trying to figure out how to get past. Like, yeah, you got to get on the stage. And would you kindly sing a song? She's like, "Oh, that's a bit weird thing to do." So that was fun. Other than that, just playing a lot of Switch games.
Yeah.
And
I like you brought that up, actually, because, how old's that game? Like 15 years old now, right?
2007. Also,
yeah, how gorgeous is it still? Like, it has aged so gracefully.
Was she playing the remastered version?
I don't know.
I believe she is. Yeah, it would be, but still, they didn't really overhaul that game, so that was really good. It's still good looking. Art style just holds up.
So you've been playing on Switch?
I've been playing the Years 9.
Yeah.
And I've never played a Years game before, but I'm actually horribly addicted to that right now, and I'm trying to play Zelda at the same time.
But yeah, or the new Zelda.
Yeah, so the remake of Zelda, like Skyward Sword.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's hard to switch between the two. They're both really fun games.
Yeah. Are they like long titles?
Years is definitely long. I started playing that on Thursday, and I've been chipping away at a couple hours every single night. I had to look online to find out how long the game actually is, and I'm on the last chapter now. Yeah. But yeah, I've kind of put that aside for the moment while I'm playing Zelda, because I've got to get that review done tonight, actually.
Yeah, we all got a backlog of reviews at the moment. Right, guys, what have you been up to?
I've been playing a lot of Final Fantasy 14.
Yep.
Trying to hit max level before Endwalker comes out.
Yep.
Other than that, terrifying the shit out of you on Dead by Daylight with the twins.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up.
Chasing after you with the baby.
Yeah, we've been heavy into Dead by Daylight lately.
And Fortnite with Subby.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's all I've really been playing.
What have you been doing on Fortnite, my friend?
Do need to get back into that a little bit more. Get that pass finished.
Yeah, we need to get the Rick skin.
What's that?
We need to get the Rick skin.
Yeah, I know. I don't really want to miss out on all the Rick and Morty skins.
You'll be unique, just like every other person wearing it.
Yeah.
No,
not right. When a new one comes out, everyone's wearing it.
Not the base skin. I want to go for the bonus ones. They're
Okay.
They're the ones that not a lot of people bother with. They're the rare. They're the rarer ones.
Yep.
Yeah. What have you been playing, Subby? Anything new?
Not really. A lot of Destiny lately with Fletch as well. He's been helping get a few challenges completed, but I haven't really played anything. Just mostly Destiny and a bit
Yeah.
of Sea of Thieves.
Do you think Destiny's just as good as when it first released, all this extra content and stuff?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think they do pretty good with their season drops.
Yeah.
It's a good place for newcomers, which is really good. Like this Solstice event comes once a year and gives you everyone shining armor. I've seen a lot of people log in that lobby, and all of them are rank, 1, 2, or 3. Like it shows their rank, so it shows there's a massive increase in players for some reason. I don't particularly know why it started now, but
I
yeah,
think
it's pretty
it
friendly.
started when it all came to Games Pass. I'm pretty sure, and I think more and more people are giving it a go while it's there.
Yeah,
Well, I was gonna say that. I was gonna go off the topic a little bit and say to you too, why do you think Destiny is such a successful title still? Because it's always popping on Twitch. It's got a massive community. Why do you think it's so?
it died off a lot. The big draw at the moment is
Yep.
they actually brought back Volta Glass, which was the very first raid from Destiny 1. So they
Yep.
remastered that and brought that back, and that's free for everyone to play. Even if you don't have anything else, you can still log into the game and play that. So that helps with this particular season. But
Legro's nodding his head.
Yeah, I need to get back into Destiny to redo Volta Glass.
yeah,
I'll help you
I
through.
want to
Um,
relive that moment.
yeah, the Volta Glass, like for those that don't know, like Destiny, Destiny fans, stuff like that. Destiny 1, when it first came out, was so poorly received because nobody understood what it was. And then the Volta Glass is what came out, and then it's like, this is what the game is about. This is, what you strive for. Yeah. So like it's the end game, like nobody knew what they were leveling up for. Nobody knew why we're doing all these weird things. And then there's that where you have to be max rank to do it in Destiny 1. They're a lot more lenient on it now, but overall it's just enjoyable gunplay. It's what keeps people playing Fortnite. Like Fortnite's a easy game to pick up, like hard to master, definitely, because I can't build to save my life, clearly. But
No.
same reason why a lot of people return to Rainbow Six. It's just like really high skill ceiling game, but at the same time, it's pretty accessible. Anyone can just
A lot
pick
of
it up and just
satisfaction,
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm terrible at Rainbow Six. Usually, when I get in there, I got excited that like I got 3 kills in a game.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I was like, this is a good round, but yeah, trying to find a core mechanic, and Bungie summed that up quite well with the original Halo game, because they said if you can get like this 30-second loop that's fun to play, and then like it'll carry you to the next 30 seconds. You can go like in Siege.
Maybe that's
You're
the
not,
key to success, right?
yeah. Don't try
Right.
and make every single part of the game super fun. It's just like you're chasing that next high, because that
Yeah.
30-second combat is crazy, and then you move to the next section.
Yeah, I agree.
So
Um,
hopefully they keep the momentum. It's been good that there's a lot of new people playing Destiny. I get to show off for once, other than play Rainbow Six Siege and just call out from the cameras when I'm dead.
yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much the way it is.
Mm.
I don't know. I haven't really been playing anything too new. We're kind of in like the down season for video games at the moment, so it's been a bit quiet review wise. Been playing a lot of Hunt. There's a new map about to drop in Hunt Showdown, so we've all been trying to upskill a little bit for that. PC got it early, so they get to do the test servers. So I've been watching some YouTube videos on the new map, and I already know some of the places that people camp and hide, so that's good.
This new map,
Yeah.
is this the one that has Shrek's hut in it?
I don't
Like,
know. I haven't seen
Like
it.
I saw advertising that they're putting Shrek's hut in one of the Hunt games. Hunt
Yeah,
map.
there's a little like watery, creaky bits. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd want to play
Get
that.
out of my swamp.
Get
Yeah.
out of my swamp.
That's exciting. I'd want to play it for that.
As usual, Siege. Rego's and I have been playing Dead by Daylight once a week, getting into that. I didn't realize how fun that game was, I've never been big into games where you verse people a lot. Like, I know I play Siege, but that's like a shooter. Whereas
Mhm.
Hunt's like, Dead by Daylight's not really like, you can't really defend yourself, you just kind of run and stuff.
Mhm.
I've never been into those sort of games, but it's actually really fun, especially when you're playing with friends, so we've been doing that a lot. The Battlefield hype is real, right? Battlefield
yeah.
1, apparently Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 4 servers are popping off, so we've been playing a lot of Battlefield 4. Subby and I
Even
played
Hardline's active again.
Really?
So I went and checked our hardline the other week, and it was full service across the board.
I love screwing around in Hardline.
Hardline was good. I didn't like their car modes that they had, but it was a solid multiplayer. I enjoyed it.
I wasn't a fan.
Like, didn't they have to reopen some servers or something like that with Battlefield 4? Like they had like the server log was
They would have
crazy.
to. Yeah, because every time
funny,
when I first started looking, they were
Yep.
all full. Couldn't even get into a server, but there's heaps now.
Yeah,
And
it was
people-
like this time last year, I popped it in just because it was on Game Pass, just for shits and gigs, and then it was dead. There was like maybe 2 active servers. Now you can get in. There's like 8 or 9 servers you can pop into, and even then you still got a queue.
And there's heaps of people renting them too. Heaps of
I was
people
about to say that.
re-renting them.
Like, so did they have to open private servers, or was it just flat out quick play servers that they had to open?
Yeah, they're like public.
They had to open official public servers.
Wow.
It's crazy.
And not just in one
And
region
it's so
too.
fun still. I forgot how fun it was. Like, the graphics were a little bit scuffed, but apparently on PC it's amazing looking still. On Xbox it's a little bit meh.
I still got records on Facebook. I was second in the world in longest headshot, like on Xbox, for sniping in Battlefield 4. Like, I loved that game so much until the server started really dying. It was me, like it was me and my roommate and Nathan and stuff like that. Like full disclosure, to get the longest headshot is quite literally like getting out of bounds of the map. So you're not playing the game properly to get that. So like, if it sounds like I'm bragging or not,
out of bounds.
yeah, you both have to get into helicopters and fly out of bounds type thing. So like, it's not really a brag to say that.
It's like 2 people G'd it up. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but like in saying that, the leaderboard was still so packed with people doing that it was almost like a meta competition to see who could get the longest headshot by glitching the game type thing.
Yep.
I think there's so like, it was the thing that I've loved so much about Battlefield was the fact that I never played it properly. So.
Yeah, but that's just a testament to gaming. Like, when a game is so fun, the graphics don't tend to matter. Because like, I was running around having so much fun. Like, Subby's like, "Oh, I just executed someone."
Yeah, I did that by accident, but I'll take it.
Yeah, but like, it's just those little moments, when you do forget how. It does help, like, when the graphics are awesome too, but when a game is that fun, you tend to forget about the graphics.
Red knows never to let me behind the wheel of a vehicle in that game, though. I normally kill us every single time I do that.
Oh, dude, I was a beast in a tank only on Battlefield 1. I got like 20 kills once, just camping in a tank. Yeah.
I love the helicopter, but I feel guilty getting in the helicopter because I know that there's some gods out there that get in it and just strafe the enemy and just wipe their entire team out. Whereas, like, I'm just excited that I'm staying upright. So I think there's a little,
I get guilty when I crash and there's like 3 people in there. You're like, oh damn, sorry. Yeah.
There's usually a panic, bail, then crash.
I don't think Battlefield games get enough credit compared to COD. Like, their worlds are so destructive. Like, how everything breaks. Like, watching the big tower, like the classic Battlefield 4 map is like the islands with the water and the ocean and the big like skyscraper, and the way that can just
Levolution.
Yeah, like, the fact the world is so interactive and destructible. I don't know why people don't think Battlefield's better than COD.
Well, it was like the
so innovative
downtown map in Hardline. Subby, you might remember this. The crane. And then you could blow it up and it takes out the overpass and destroys half the building.
Yeah.
Like, that shit's amazing.
That is,
I spawned into the
I
spawned into the map. I think it was like a dam map. I can't remember the name of it. Battlefield 4. And as soon as I got in, this is my first game back playing Battlefield. I spawned in and the dam was breaking. I think a whole bunch of rocks landed on me.
I think that in itself as well, like the fact that we're talking about Levolution is what I said. I never played the Battlefield games properly because to do the evolution thing, you got to dedicate time in that match to do it. You know what I mean? It's not as simple as just walking up and pressing a button. There's certain key elements that you got to do. So it's almost like a meta game for you to go around the map and activate all these things, and then the dam blows type thing, and then you're super proud that you flooded it, and everyone gets angry.
Yeah.
That's not even mentioning the extreme lengths they put Easter eggs into the Battlefield series.
Oh, the Megalodon?
Yeah.
Any of
yeah.
them. It doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah.
The lengths you need to go through just to trigger them is insane.
There's some where you got to even know Morse code and stuff.
Has anyone seen the Battlefield 5 Easter egg thing that they put in, which is a 4-player event?
Yeah,
I would have seen.
You showed me this.
I don't remember though.
So it was a very recent thing that they put in there that it's actually it takes about 20 to 30 minutes for you to actually do it. It's like a challenge thing, so that you start in a private lobby or something like that, and then you actually have to build up, and they put in like secret areas where you can get out of the bounds of the map. Like the whole goal is to get to a box that's in the sky, and the further you get up.
Yeah, I did see that. You got to build to get to it.
Yeah, that looked insane. Like watching people trying to go through and do that. Like, some people that are Battlefield veterans couldn't even get through it. There was that much concentration.
Well, even the Battlefield 1, one of the Battlefield 1 ones was like, you had to have a squad of 4 and they had to press 4 buttons at exactly the same time in different areas of the map. Like, without dying, you had to get there and stuff. And
Oh, wow.
it's insane.
They need more of that in games.
Who's the developers? DICE.
Nice.
Is it DICE? Yeah. Yeah, they're pretty dedicated to their cause, Anyway, what else have I been doing? I've been watching Fear Street on Netflix. I watched all 3 of them in one binge session. Oh my god, they were awesome. I highly recommend that for horror enthusiasts. Like, it's not hardcore horror, but it's like enough to be like, yeah, that's cool.
Is that them done? Is it just 3 episodes? Or
Yep, it's 3.
Okay.
And it's like a timeline type thing, and the music is brilliant. Like, even if you don't go for like the horror and the
it's one show, but it goes
every single episode's brilliant.
Goes back in a different time.
Yeah. So the 90s one is all like 90s and
cool.
70s one is all, is it 70s? I think it's 70.
Yeah, I can't
69.
remember. 60s, 70s, and then 80s. 80 something. 88.
No, well, it's the 1600s. One's 1666, one's 1978, and one's 1994. I think.
Bit of a jump.
Yeah.
But they're all tied together, though.
Yeah,
the whole story's linked together.
But it's so good. It's so good.
I'll give it a go. I traditionally get terrified of anything scary.
It's not really a scary movie.
It's just really gory, really. Like,
yeah.
It's not like jump scares. It's more someone gets their head cut off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. The music is worth watch just for the music. And make sure you guys hit up the website. We've got quite a few tech reviews going up. Red Gray's got to review SteelSeries mouse, which was the Prime Plus.
Prime Plus. Yep.
So make sure you head over to the website and look at that. I got to get my hands on the EPOS B20, which I'm using now for stream. So go check that out. It's a stream microphone. And we have the Razer Hammerheads earbuds coming up very soon. So make sure you
they look good.
Yeah.
And I'll also have my SteelSeries Prime headset sometime this week.
Yeah. So if you are into tech and peripherals, make sure you head over and give them a read. So today's episode goes from Karen's to technology. We have a bit of all tonight in the news area. I thought I'd firstly jump into Nintendo have announced a new Nintendo Switch. What are our feelings on it? Who would like to talk about the specs at all? Go, Subby. This is your area.
Specs. So it's the same thing inside of it. Nothing's changed from what I understand. It has a bigger screen, but it's an OLED display, so it's brighter.
Yep. How much bigger? It's only like one.
It's only an inch bigger, I believe.
Yeah, an inch. Yeah.
It goes from 6.2 to 7.
Yeah, so it's almost an inch bigger.
0.8.
It just feels more of this. It's less. It feels more of
the frame. Like it's the same size, but like this frame around it isn't there.
It's a little
screen.
The border's a little bit.
That's handy,
smaller.
Fletch. Here's one I prepared earlier.
So
It
other
hasn't
than
left my side since I got Zelda. It's really addictive, but yeah.
so other than the screen, they've doubled the internal storage to 64 gig, I think it is.
Okay, that's a good improvement.
And what else has changed?
The dock now
The
has
dock-
an Ethernet port.
So the dock has a dedicated Ethernet port now. So if you want that, if you're a bit of a multiplayer sort of guy on the Switch and you want that more stable connection, you can now do so by docking your Switch via cable, which is pretty cool. Whoever has
The dock's
who has Ethernet cables near their TVs in the lounge room, I don't know, but
me.
Yeah, I do.
But if you do,
Underneath my desk.
if you do, it's a good little addition.
Mhm.
Other than that, it's releasing in a new color, which is white.
Mm.
Ooh, white.
So
Too
yeah.
bad I decided to make all my stuff black.
Other than white, I think they're only releasing it in the neon colors,
Hmm.
which is the one I've got currently.
You can buy the stand.
Oh,
Oh,
you
sorry,
can-
not the stand. The dock separately as well.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people didn't know.
And you can
So
still.
do we think it's worth it?
It's dearer than the Switch was by $100.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah, when
I
they
thought
first
it was,
released, they were about 500.
What's $4.99? $3.99? $4.99?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's
No, I'm pretty
$4.99.
sure it's releasing the same price that it launched
You sure?
as.
I thought it was a bit
Yep.
dearer.
I thought it was like 600. It was going to be Australian 600.
I'm not too sure. Like maybe I've looked at something. I thought it was going to be like $5.49 or something like that, which I'm pretty sure was about the same price as what it came out as when it originally launched in 2017.
I was going to type and look it up, but I can't be bothered.
It's $5.39
that is dearer.
retail.
Yeah, it's dearer. Okay, $30 more.
Yeah, I thought this.
Anyway, I pre-ordered one. I'm gonna get one. Hopefully they've sort of sorted out their. What did they have issues with?
Drift.
Stick drifts.
Stick drift.
Ah, yeah.
Hopefully they've sorted that out. Not that I've had the issue yet, but who knows? But I'm all about the bigger internal storage and the bigger, brighter screen.
You gonna upgrade, Fletch?
I'm not going to upgrade, even though I play the Switch in handheld mode probably about 80% of the time compared to 20%. Like I really love like having it as mobile. Like I paid a lot of money for this case. It's really cool. For someone that's going to get into a Switch, it's the best option. I don't see, but like personally, I don't usually upgrade consoles anyway. I'll play this until it's dead, type thing.
I'm probably going to trade my old one in.
Yeah, trading in is like
because they've got a deal at the moment, $2.99. You trade in your old one.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get the Switch on launch. I got mine when games started coming out for it, so I haven't had it as long. If I'd had it in 2017, it might be an option to like switch in there. And I wouldn't feel personally guilty about. I am happy that this isn't a pro version, that this isn't a more powerful Switch, because that's when you start getting games to separate. Like they did that with the Xbox, like Xbox One, and then they had Xbox. I don't even know what the hell 1X.
1X, yeah.
And then everything starts playing two different versions of the game, and then eventually it starts getting phased out and stuff like that. Like I just think it gets messy if they make the two Switches. Then you really do get the envy and stuff like that. But in saying that, because it's not more powerful, it's just a better looking screen.
Just a refresh.
There is no
refresh of the current. Yeah. That's all it is.
What about you, Red Graves?
I will be getting it, just mainly due to the Ethernet connection for the port, because I play a lot of online games on my Switch, like Monster Hunter.
Yep.
So, yeah, I prefer to have a stable connection because my Wi-Fi here doesn't really hit where I play properly.
Yep.
And I always got to hotspot my phone to my Switch.
Yeah, that was sick.
Yeah.
I think it is one of those things where, like, I'm saying right now, it's like, oh, I don't think I need it. The second I hold it in my hand and look at it, I know I'm going to cave. I know I'm going to.
Well, it's the same as the same machine, isn't it? It's going to feel the same.
It will be different. Sorry?
I'm the opposite of you. Like when it first came, I'm like, oh, get that. Oh, it's so shiny and new.
Yeah.
Upon reflection,
Yeah.
now I've gone, oh, maybe I don't need it. You know, I don't play my Switch enough. I don't play any online games. Like, I don't need an Ethernet cable. Like, I don't even have Nintendo Online because I think it's just shoddy anyway.
Yeah.
Way.
It's a waste of money. I don't play any online games, and they
It's
don't
only
have
like
cool,
$12 a year.
like party
You
chat
get
or
all
anything.
the
So,
classic Nintendo games
no, I'm
for
good.
free.
I'm
Any
good,
of
fam.
Somebody knows
Super
what
I
it
already
Ninjas?
get that.
What's up?
I already get that. I'm a reviewer.
So there's a question I have about the way they're doing this.
Yeah.
Do you think it's for the fact that parts get cheaper? So now they're releasing a Switch at full price again. The OLED screen, yeah, that's probably going to cost a little bit more, but everything else inside is probably cheaper. So this is a way of them starting to make that, because traditionally consoles make $0. Like the companies usually make no money when they sell consoles.
Yeah.
You think it's just a sneaky way for Nintendo to start making profit?
I don't know. Because if I do buy mine, I'm going to trade my old one in anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because my sticks are a bit meh.
Yep.
So I'm not really sure.
Because I think they do that with when they release like the slimline versions of consoles. You know, like when PS3 Slim came out and Xbox 360 Slim came out. It's because parts are cheaper now, but then so it was cheaper for them to make that, and they charge more because it's a new console. So they start earning a lot of money from it.
I think they're dropping it at a really smart time when people are struggling to get other consoles. You know,
Yeah.
they'll be like, oh, well, I'll just get my kid a Switch in the meantime. You know,
Yep.
they obviously have enough because they haven't once said, oh, these are going to be limited, or you know, so they've obviously got enough for the general public.
Because I swear it wasn't too long ago that we couldn't even get a Switch.
Yep.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, when the Switches came out, they were hard to find because they were so desirable.
So do you think that they were just holding all those parts instead of making old Switches to make the new one?
Who knows? Or maybe even the Switch Lites weren't doing well enough, and they could be using some of that as well.
I think the Switch Lite was a bit useless.
Yeah, it was a bit of a gimmick.
Yep.
Because they knew people.
Yeah. Well, I personally think that it's going to be a good console, and like it'll go really well. And when I hold it in my hand, I'm going to really want it. Right now, I've got a Switch. It's fine.
Yeah.
Unless they release a Donkey Kong 3D game that's exclusive to that one, like I've been bitching about for the last 3 months.
The last 3 podcasts, right?
Yeah.
There is.
It's going to happen.
It comes free when you pre-order the new Switch.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
He's lying.
No, no.
You're so lying.
Check the EB website.
Yeah.
I think the pre-orders are closed now.
Alright, for my PC gamers, in light of the Switch, ironically, Valve have released their own handheld device, the Steam Deck, which is kind of direct competition for, I suppose, the Nintendo Switch in a way. How do you guys feel about that, PC people? I don't know because I haven't looked too much into it.
I don't even know what's in it. Someone at work tried to tell me what was in it, and I wasn't really listening because I was busy. But what is even in it? What's the hardware?
Does it have the whole Steam catalog, or what's the go with it?
No.
I believe it does.
No, like you can't even play Apex on that thing. They announced today.
Oh, really? Wow.
But I don't think that's a limitation on how powerful the console is. They've made a full Steam OS for this console, and apparently it's got issues with Apex, Destiny 2. So I don't know whether it's just like online games they've got issues with.
Would you want to play Destiny 2 on something like that, as opposed to a PC experience or Xbox experience?
I wouldn't mind. Like probably not.
If you could play Destiny or Apex on the, or you can play Apex on the go now. Yes, but
yeah. So I think that's a licensing thing. I don't know whether something's wrong with it, but spec-wise, it looked pretty damn powerful. Definitely more powerful than the Switch.
It's supposed to be not too far. The guy at work was trying to tell me it's not far behind the Series S.
Right.
What, in power?
In power.
God damn.
That's not bad for a handheld.
Now, I don't know if you're just reading something wrong. I never looked into it, so don't quote me on that whatsoever. But he said it was quite a bit of beef. Got a bit of beef under the little hood there.
Mm.
So I don't know though. I know nothing about it, to be honest.
Well, the other day, I can't remember who it was in Stasis chat. It might have been Demons was talking about it, and I looked up the pricing.
Pure Demons.
Well, it's $100 more than the Switch, from what I
$100 for the 64 gigabyte version.
Yep.
530 for the 256 gigabyte version.
About the same as the
And
Switch.
649 for the 512 gigabyte.
Which
That's
is
American,
keeping
though,
in mind these are American pricing.
Oof.
So it's probably going to be about
Like an
more
extra
than
100 on.
700 for us.
Yep.
For the top of the line one. I personally don't see any benefit to getting one. Just get a laptop if you want to play your Steam games on the go.
You have to rebuy them, or does it connect to your? Is it like
I would assume
You're
you would be dumb to separate it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's no way people are going to buy a game again just to have.
How
No,
many times have you bought Skyrim?
Pardon?
How many times have you bought Skyrim?
Oh, let's not get into that, bro. I have it on like 4 different platforms. All right, if you like a game, you're going to buy it multiple times. But your whole catalog, you know, this is probably something we should have looked into.
So the Steam Deck runs on the AMD Zen 2 and RDNA 2, which I think is the same that's in the Xbox.
Series S, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the same. And it's got a Ryzen 3000 GPU in it.
The thing that stands
That's
out to me with that
interesting,
is like they've created like the Steam OS operating system so that it looks like a gaming thing, but you can still run it. Like I think the base of it is Linux, and you can even but if you don't like that, you can still install Windows on the actual device itself, and you have a dock, so it can quite literally turn into a PC. So I know the whole focus on it is the fact that it's for games, but trying to look into the extra side of things of it, the fact that it can work as a PC, it's going to bridge the gap of people that want to get into PC gaming. But for someone that already has PC, then it is quite literally a downgrade for them.
It's running 16 gig of DDR5 RAM as well, but it's got a really slow screen resolution of only 1280 by 800. What's the Switch?
True.
It's a Switch. What's the max resolution on a Switch? 720 or what? 1080?
No,
it can go 1080.
Oh, it can go to 1080. That's only docked though.
But most games are 720.
Yep. The new OLED version will be 1080. So, like it'll be as powerful as what it is docked. Is what the bonus is for the Nintendo Switch one, like the new one. But
what I just read here is they've announced that the Steam Deck will be so powerful that most Steam games should naturally transfer over to it.
The thing that really stands out to me is that I want to see it actually work in action. Is they got the trackpads on the console itself, or on the device. Can we call it a console, or do we call it a device like a Steam Deck? What do we call it?
Well, I suppose it's a handheld device because you can't play it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say handheld device.
Yeah.
So as a comparison of teraflops is what we were all looking at when we were looking at the new consoles.
I always want to know about teraflops.
The Series X was 12 teraflops.
Yep.
The Steam Deck is 1.6. Switch doesn't have any teraflops.
Interesting.
I knew there was something off with Switch.
I'm guessing the Series S must be, I don't know what. I think it was about 8.
I think it's about 9 or 10.
Not for me, for someone else that's listening, what do teraflops do?
Just a graphics power.
Okay.
How much you can compute graphics wise, I'm pretty sure. Just
graphics.
graphics.
Fire in its heart, basically.
Yep.
So, Subby's probably the best one to ask this. Taking aside people's fandoms and what games they love and what games they already own, which one would you think would be better then?
What?
The new Switch or a Steam Deck?
I don't know. It's just a weird.
Detective,
I wouldn't be playing PC games on a handheld machine. I'd play it on a PC.
Or do you get a crappy PC? Then the Steam Deck would be better, right?
I wouldn't think so. But is someone going to really spend $800 just to do that?
When they could spend $800 on PC parts, right?
You can spend $800, $600 to $800 on an actual decent gaming PC that will run something. I don't know. I'm not. I like the Switch because they are just simple on the go games. It makes sense, but we'll see. I don't know. I could be wrong. People might want it.
Maybe any of you can help me out. Is there many streaming services? Because I know there's the whole Xbox thing at the moment where you can stream to your phone and play it. Can connect the controller to your phone. I know that it sucks in Australia because we'd have terrible internet, but wouldn't that service kind of fill the void? If you wanted to do a handheld thing, stream your PC.
That's what I mean. It makes no sense to be doing all this hardware when Xbox are just letting you use any device you want, stream a game.
Yeah,
sync your controller. I don't really get it.
And we weren't going to talk about this anyway, but Netflix and PlayStation are teaming up to make a library of games on Netflix. So I don't know.
Who? Netflix and PlayStation.
Was it Netflix and PlayStation?
Yeah, Netflix.
I didn't know that PlayStation was getting involved, but I did read that Netflix were doing it.
Yeah,
PlayStation involved because Xbox has got their own thing going.
Yeah, I thought there was. I'm pretty sure it was talks of PlayStation and Netflix.
Why did PlayStation just half-ass things? They already had a streaming platform. What's wrong with it? It doesn't work or something?
Now.
They just want someone else to do it.
Yeah, basically. They just want to flex that they're working with Netflix. They say there's no competition, but it really seems like there's competition.
I just want to start getting in on that streaming revenue. Start getting some of the bucks off Netflix.
Yeah.
Well, they passed up on EA access when it first came out. They said, no, that's a dumb idea. And then it's blown up on Xbox, and now they got their own thing. And PlayStation's like, we want to do it now. We thought about this first. No, you didn't.
Yeah, it's my idea. All right, let's move on from that. So games such as FIFA 2022 have made the decision. Well, they haven't made the decision. It's really sneaky. They haven't made the decision outright, but people have picked up on it that they're making their game, their next game, extra pricey because they're secretly making people pay for a next-gen upgrade. What do you feel about this sort of stuff going on in gaming?
This is already happening, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you and I talked about this on stream, so we might as well talk about it on the podcast.
It seems to be only PlayStation.
Opinion on it.
PlayStation seem to be the ones that started this. It's like, no, Xbox is sitting back. Yeah, free upgrade, all part of the whole, what do they call their little program?
Smart delivery.
Yeah.
PlayStation, not only is it overcomplicated just to try to find the next gen version on their store, but if you want it, you got to pay for it. That's a lot of titles. Not everything, but a lot of titles.
Well, they're about to go through that with the new Ghost of Tsushima stuff, isn't it? There's 4 different versions for that.
Yeah.
Directors.
So for people at home that don't understand what we're talking about, to get FIFA 2022, they're going to charge $80, right?
That's an EA decision, though, isn't it?
Yeah. You can't get the next gen version unless you pay $90. So for a different edition.
So you can't buy
without saying they're making you pay for the next gen, extra for the next gen upgrade.
They say that they're offering anything extra, or is it just that's the prices?
No, that's just the prices.
So you can't buy the PS4 and upgrade it, or you can't buy the Xbox.
No.
And upgrade it.
No. You have to buy that specific copy, which is
yeah, I don't know.
So it'd be cheaper on Xbox anyway, because we've got EA Game Pass. So regardless, it'll still be cheaper for us anyway.
No, I don't know. The article I was reading, you can't get around it. You got to pay for the next gen.
So if you bought it on PlayStation 4 because you can't get a PlayStation 5 at the moment, and then next month you got a PlayStation 5,
you got to pay extra. Yes,
you got to pay extra, or you got to pay for it again.
I think you may have to pay for it again. And
So
that
the
was the
full
big
$90.
issue. Mm.
Like, I understand the games are
Oof.
dearer by $10 or
Yeah.
whatever they are. I get that.
But yeah, you've already bought the base version. You should be able to just
Yeah, like pay an extra $10-15 to upgrade. Yeah. Call of Duty did that, didn't they? Cold War.
No, I don't
Maybe.
think so. I don't know. I'm losing track. I don't know.
Well, especially considering exactly that. People are struggling to get the new consoles.
Yeah.
So someone doesn't want to wait. They have to buy the FIFA game because they want to play it, and then they're gonna. That's rough.
Yeah, it is very
It's the
rough.
messiest console
Launch.
changeover
the
I've
century.
ever seen. It's crazy.
Mm.
At least Xbox have simplified it quite a lot. I know that the decision of making people pay it again is the publisher, I guess, not so much Sony or Microsoft, but
Yeah.
that aside, it's so complicated to find the right version on the PlayStation.
Well, it's just shady. It is like it's literally punishing your communities for not being able to afford or get a new gen console. You know, during a pandemic. It's a bit rough.
For sports games, they're pretty accessible from all ages. Like, it really is what PG. Like, you know what I mean? I don't think I've ever seen like a M sports game, M rated or mature or whatever it is, because obviously different ratings around the world. But kind of preys on younger audience because they're the ones that would like. You know, I know a lot of adults that love FIFA and stuff like that, but you've had a lot of kids that definitely wouldn't be able to wait, so they'd be begging their parents to get the PlayStation 4 version and then get stung again the second time around.
Actually, you hit the nail on the head. It's very predatory nature.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And let's just hit the real nail on the head here. Sports games suck anyway, so they should be giving that upgrade for free.
They need to make more fun sports games.
Yeah.
Where's another NBA Jam or
yeah,
the new Fortnite,
NFL Blitz or some of the funner versions?
Just not
crappy
Space Jam movies.
I know Madden got in trouble because they released, I think it was Madden 21, and then in the stands it said Madden 19 in the game itself.
Really?
Yeah, they reused assets and then didn't even bother to change the date in the background. Like, you got to zoom in quite a lot, but it literally says like Madden 2020 or Madden 19 for 2021 or so. 20.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I think Stacey was talking about like the whole live services and stuff like that. Like, you know, those games are prime for just buy the basic thing and then buy a new season each year type thing. And, you know, that you'd avoid this crap of having to buy the PS4 version and then buy a full price PS5 version. You just buying into the new season each thing. Like Destiny does seasons. Like every 4 or 5 months, you pay another $15 to get the battle pass and keep going type thing.
Yeah. But that kind of that leads into our next point.
Mm-hmm.
How do we feel about well, the new Assassin's Creed has announced it's going to go straight away be a live service game. Do we think live service games are like a game changer in the industry, or do you think they're going to ruin it?
I personally prefer it. I'm sick of buying a sequel to a game every single year. I get it, and eventually they got to upgrade the engine somehow, like Destiny, I guess, you know.
Yep. But until then,
look at Siege. Look, Siege is still going.
Yeah.
How old's that game now?
2015, I think.
It's like 6 years old.
Subby linked me a documentary to Siege, Rainbow Six Siege, a long time ago, and someone called me out in chat once and went, "I don't believe that," but I literally watched the developers say this on the documentary. They had a 10-year plan for that game.
Yeah,
and I think
they did.
I think that's 8 to 10. I think it's a good time frame before you kind of need a new engine.
They said they wanted this game to have longevity.
Yeah.
And Rainbow Six Siege is one of the rare games that does it right. I think there are games that do it wrong.
It's literally the only game that's done it, and it's done it right. There's no other games that's lasted that far from its. It's still a launch title. It's still its first title.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah, that was sneakily just like plugging away in the background. Yeah.
Destiny was supposed to be 10 years. It didn't even do. The first one didn't even do 5 years. I don't think.
No, like they they contracted for 3 games with Activision, then they got to split off from Activision and do themselves, so they're doing their own thing now. But live services, I do like. Obviously, I'm a super big Halo fan, so I think they're going to do it right as well. Like what they've said is the fact that you can buy a battle pass, and if you didn't finish that season, all good, mate. Just come back next time. Just buy the new one as well. We're like, yeah, sure. Here's another $10.
Yeah.
I don't like
Right.
the FOMO side of things.
Live
So
service is like a thing you love to hate, right? You love
it
it and
really
you
is.
hate it.
A live service will work properly. It just depends on the developer.
And their passion and the way they like respect and communicate with their communities. And that's a
Yeah.
big thing with Siege. They constantly nerf and buff things and upgrade things, and even the graphics have changed through the years. Like, you look at some of the characters and they've gone through a timeline of just appearances and stuff as they keep upgrading and changing and evolving.
Yeah.
And then you get some games, like, I don't even think Assassin's Creed should be a live service game at all.
I have no idea how they'll make that work.
No.
So when they say that,
well, from what I understand, they're using the Animus as their core ability to be able to bounce between time periods. So
Yep.
I can see it working, to be honest.
But they almost ruined the last Assassin's Creed, Valhalla, which was a brilliant concept of a game. It was beautiful when I watched people play it. And then they just ruined it by adding microtransactions and rolling out things that should have been in the game from the beginning. And it's like they almost were testing the waters with that before they announced that the next one would be a live service.
This new live service, does that mean that it's going to be multiplayer, or is this still a live service single player?
No, I think it's both. I think it would be both. Story stuff, multiplayer is probably in there somehow, maybe. No one knows. Speculation, but I would imagine it's all combined.
What do you think, Regress?
Yeah, I'm always willing to try out live service games. Like, I don't really have any issues with them.
Yeah.
If I don't like them within the first month, I obviously don't go back to them.
Yeah.
Like a good live service one right now that's pretty popular is Sea of Thieves. Like that came out first, and I didn't like it, and then I've been watching you 3 play it on stream, and
dude, it's so fun.
To me it looks like Sea of Thieves 2. You know what I mean? But it's the same game.
And that's what I mean. Just Sea of Thieves, Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah.
Like Fortnite's exactly the same. There's no Fortnite 2. It's just season, chapter, whatever. You know, it's just release the game, keep evolving it.
Yeah.
That's
I
the key,
guess,
right?
I guess a big thing that I like about the live service side of things is that I'll use Halo as an example. Every single Halo or even Zelda, every single Zelda that comes out is different from the last one. It's almost like you got to relearn the game. Yes, the name stays, but having a live service game is that if you find a game that plays good and you like the controls and stuff like that, you won't ever have to lose that. The only thing that's going to change is what happens around you, the player. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's hard to find a good shooter that you like. There's a lot of you'd think it'd be easy to just make a first-person shooter game, but you can release a dud game that sucks. You know what I mean? Like if you find a Call of Duty or Battlefield or something like that, and those controls.
Well, I think this is why Ubisoft are releasing their new shooter too, because how many people have wanted COD to separate the multiplayer? You know, and here's Ubisoft coming in doing a COD style game. For free to play, and they'll just take their live service platform like they did with Siege, and just keep evolving the new shooter.
Well, even like the Division, you know, their events and stuff that they add to their live service, they constantly update
Ubisoft
that game.
are on the ball.
Yeah.
So I think they'll be fine
that
with
sort of stuff.
With Assassin's Creed.
I think the amazing thing is that, like, when I watch you 3 just jump from game to game and you look competent every single game, for me, it's a huge jump. Like, if I don't know whether it's like I'm getting older and it's just difficult, but I get game hangover. Like, if I try and switch games after I've been playing one game for an entire week, I don't know how to play the other game. So it's hard.
I'm like that with Siege. The moment I take a break from Siege, oh god damn, it's a learning curve coming back to it.
Yeah. Because I used to do videos with Redgrave, and you know we'd switch games all the time, and he'd just pick it up and just keep going. And for me, I'm just like, so the A button does this,
Yeah.
So that's so yeah. I like the
Like
idea of a
the
live service game so that I can find a game that I can play and I can continue playing it and I don't have to worry about the controls changing.
Yeah. At the end of the day, for a live service game, the community make or break it, really. You know, look at Anthem, that was live service. They overcharged their microtransactions. The game wasn't good in the first place, so like ganky game control. So why would anyone spend money on it? So it crashed and burned. You know, there's been like quite a few Overwatch wannabes that have crashed and burned. You know, you gotta firstly be unique, interesting, good gameplay, you know, and then people are gonna want to spend money in your live service. You know.
I think that also they got to be willing to try something because if it's a live service thing, they can drop an event and they're like, "Oh, it's only here for 3 weeks," and if it sucks, it doesn't really dent the game. You know what I mean? Again, everyone just moves on. But if
they know a new
everyone,
one's coming.
yeah, if everyone likes it, like Overwatch, you know, started getting stale, and then they dropped Lucio Ball, and Lucio Ball went nuts, and everyone loved it, and then that came back like a year later or something. They never got super excited and jumped back into the game again to play Lucio Ball, and then went back into the normal game. So
Yeah, man, think Griff Ball and stuff.
they got to be willing to try something unique from time to time, which would help other than just be like, oh, you know, here's a new battle pass to level up with nothing new to do.
Yeah,
That's kind of what they did with the Call of Duty Warzone, like, you know, the battle royale. Like they got a bit stagnant for that. They've changed the map slightly now, but for a while it was like the new season came out, but nothing changed. It was just the same thing. So
I think if Ubisoft released that game at the right time, it could really kill off COD. It does look like it's going to take COD players pretty quickly.
Did they say a date or anything? Because
I
it looks
don't think so.
arcadey too.
They've got beta next month, from what I gather.
They said the earliest people will be playing it next month.
Yeah,
so that's
I would say it'd be out by. I reckon it'd be this
Beta's
year.
August
Surely,
5th.
surely it'll be out this year.
Well, I'm hoping it just doesn't drop around Battlefield time because that has always stuffed over like those sort of games, you know? Like Titanfall dropped when Battlefield dropped and COD dropped and got completely ignored. And Titanfall 2 is one of my all-time favorite games. You know,
well, Ubisoft's usually pretty smart with when they release games.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think, like, Division, when that released, it didn't have any direct competition. Same with Division 2 or Watch Dogs or anything like that.
A shooter doesn't have any competition other than COD. It's not a Battlefield style game, so it's not really.
Yeah, but I mean, like, competition on sales and like
sales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, they always launch when it's starting at the slow period. So, like, beginning of March, mid-March is when they usually drop divisions. So, hopefully they do well.
I'm not farting. It's my chair.
No, you
I want to put that out there because it's like squeaking right near my mic. I think at the end of the day, Cosmo's live service games are grindy. They've just got to make it worth the grind, right? People are going to come back.
Yep.
You know, so maybe I don't know. I don't think they're really ruining the gaming industry. They're a bit of a game changer. But there's so many now. We're kind of used to it, right? Like Sabi and I the other day were just saying how many battle passes we have to finish. But they're all games we're quite invested in at the moment, you know? Like Sea of Thieves, Siege. He's got Fortnite, because I wouldn't touch Fortnite with bar of soap. What else?
Sea of Thieves, Battlefield.
COD.
No, COD. I'm not doing COD. I haven't bought COD.
COD fell off after the John McClane.
I'm not going back to COD till the new zombie map.
Isn't that out already?
No, I don't know.
I think the funny thing is looking at from like an outsider's perspective is that when we were younger, like, you know, like 20, 30 years ago type thing, a game would come out and that's it. That's all you got for another 5 years. And then it got to the stage where Call of Duty is releasing a new game every single year type thing, and now it's kind of like pumping the brakes again. So we're going back to that old style of sticking with a single game for a while.
Yeah.
Because like it's like COD managed it for quite a while, but you know what I mean, like who would go out and buy the old COD when you could buy the new one every single year
or remaster
So it's nice. It's nice to be able to hold on to a game for a little bit longer, knowing that you can pick it up in 6 months' time if you miss that launch, and you're still going to have people to play with, or it's still going to have a bit of momentum.
Yeah.
Whereas that happened to me specifically for Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I bought that game 3 months before the new game came out. And at that stage, everyone was already sick of it, getting ready to move on type thing. But I was just so hesitant to buy it because I'd waited so long.
You do get fatigued, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Just buying a new game. You do get attached to characters. You don't really want to see a new one. I don't want to see a Ghost of Tsushima really a second one yet. I'm glad they announced a director's cut.
Mm-hmm.
And they released some DLC last year. Was it last year? Maybe start this year.
Yeah, they released a multiplayer.
2020 and 2021 are this weird blob amalgamation. Yeah, I am getting a bit fatigued with jumping in and out of new games and new characters.
That's why I like the live service option. It's always there. You just go in and out of it whenever you want. You don't have to worry about
remember stuff.
There's a new game coming out. I've got to buy that again.
Yeah.
Don't get us wrong though. At MKAU, we love fresh IPs. We're big into the indie games, guys. But yeah, the live ones, yeah. I don't know. I don't know if they're really ruining anything. I don't want every game to be live.
I think if it's multiplayer focused, then it's okay.
Yeah.
Just
okay. This one's Red Gray's got a lot of fire to release on this one.
I'm so excited about this. I'm so excited.
I waited for the last point of the evening. Our last point of the evening is all the Karens and Chads signing a petition to cancel Kojima for his Xbox.
What's your language, Red Gray?
Exclusive game.
I'll try.
You will.
Red Grace can start off. How do you feel about Kojima being on the cancelled list for 2021?
Wait a minute.
I'm actually not surprised.
So what's happened? Tell me what's happened first, because I have no idea what you're talking about.
The Sony fan base have decided to go to change.org to get a petition to cancel the upcoming Kojima game because it's going to be a Microsoft exclusive.
Right.
And I've got a screenshot of the petition. So I'll read the little text that's actually attached to it.
Can you tell us how many have signed it so far as well, please? For the audience.
1,361 people have signed it.
That is.
So,
out of
fuck
how many
all,
needed?
really.
Out of how many
1,300.
1,500.
So that's the goal they set.
Yeah, before it gets picked up by local news.
Mm-hmm.
So Kojima is betraying his loyal fans. He has been blinded by greed. We must help him come back to the winning side. Please share this petition everywhere. He's not PlayStation focused. His whole career at Konami, he's made more games for other platforms than PlayStation.
Yeah, you
I don't see how he's betraying his loyal brand. But I do hope, since all we really know about this Kojima game is it's meant to be a horror, I hope it is Silent Hills, so all of these PlayStation boys can piss off.
You were warned, Red Grace.
You were warned, mate. I'm telling you.
Oh, I could have used more language.
No, you don't.
That's it. You're fired, bro.
So is it 100% confirmed that it is an Xbox exclusive?
Yes.
By who?
Okay.
Who confirmed it's Xbox exclusive?
Remember, I read an article, but that was a rumor when we were doing
Yeah, it's been heavily rumored for the last few months. But who was it that actually did it?
We're all about facts here.
All right, Google it. Is it actual proof?
Move on, and I'll come back to you.
We'll talk about it, I suppose, how we feel about it. Look, a lot of people think I'm a mess. I am an Xbox fangirl. I'm gonna put that out there. But I do like PlayStation. I was talking to my friend Sledge on stream about this. He's like, you're always so Xbox. No, I like appreciate both. You know, I just prefer Xbox. He's like, you can't like something but crap on it all the time. I'm like, well, you can because I like ice cream, but I never eat it. It's not good for me. All right. So I do like PlayStation. Most of the time I say it just to rev up people that are in MKAU that do like PlayStation more. For the
Brashy.
banter. Yeah, brashy. For the banter. I mean, he
Jiffy.
knows I love him to bits and stuff. Like, I don't really care that they like Xbox. We all know PC's stronger anyway. And you know what? At the end of the day, I'd probably pick Nintendo Switch over both of them. So, I don't know. I don't think there's any, like, sometimes this rivalry gets a bit too much. Like on Twitter, oh my god, it's totally toxic on Twitter. And there has been heaps of people revving up Kojima on Twitter about it.
Okay, so they have both signed an agreement of interest that confirms the intention of both parties involved in developing a new project. So this could be like 5 years down the line.
Exactly.
So I don't understand why the player base is trying to cancel it when it hasn't even been fully confirmed as of yet.
Yeah.
Well,
like, I have seen Xbox people go off, but I'm not gonna lie, it normally is the PlayStation people that kick up a fire first.
I don't know. I think everyone's just as guilty as each other. I think if it was the other way around, you just have Xbox people complaining about it. Just the
Xbox
generation
doesn't really have a
these
hero
days. Generation these days of people just like to complain. They're not happy about anything. It's business.
See, it's
though.
interesting
Business is
because
business, that's right.
like Kojima got kicked out of Konami before they even finished Metal Gear Solid 5. Is that correct, Regrove?
Yeah.
So, I think, and like you said, Konami is not exactly like a PlayStation exclusive, brand anyway. So all the whole things about all the developers are excited working with Microsoft at the moment just because they've got freedom to do things how they want. I don't know whether that's like weighing into or not, but
It will be, because there was recently that thing about the devs complaining about what Sony charged to get their game on the stores and stuff.
yeah,
They don't make it easy for people. It's just the way. That's the reason.
No.
And they also have
I read about that too, Subby.
a cost to have them implement crossplay.
Yes, that's the other thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think his game will be multiplayer. I don't think, like, traditionally they're usually single player games, but
Yeah.
yes. So like obviously turns out they were just PlayStation fans, not Kojima fans. And it's always frustrating when you see stuff like that, even from both sides type thing. But the fact that they're now discrediting him, about his genius mind, because I don't understand half the crap that comes out of it.
Neither do I, and I've played all of his games.
It's insanely genius.
Yeah, they look amazing, but it's like it's like when someone makes those art pieces that I look at, and for me it's just a blue line, but someone else they think that's like a $750 million painting or something like that. I look at Kojima games, I'm thinking, is that meant to be there? So it's like there's black ooze coming out of this baby on the ground, and everyone's like, genius.
10 out of 10, genius.
So who would have thought to put the goo on the baby? That's amazing.
Game of the year.
So, yeah, like you get that side of things in there. I personally hope that it comes out on both consoles because I just hate exclusives in general.
Yeah, we talked about this previous stream. There's no need for it anymore, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I get it.
I don't know.
It's business.
Make
like
peace.
I don't think necessarily that he had to join Microsoft for funding. I'd say he has enough because obviously he had started his own company, and they've only got one game out, which is Death Stranding. Now it's porting to from PlayStation to PC, and they're getting a director's cut of it, so they're going to get a lot more cash flow coming in. But they did Crystal Dynamics went there to Microsoft, and they helped fund one of the Tomb Raider games, and it became a timed exclusive because Microsoft stepped in to help him out. So I don't think that's an issue with Kojima, unless he has a lot of gambling problems because the Konami made pachinko machines, and then he spends a lot of money on them. They make a lot of bank off that. That nearly destroyed the whole company because they wanted to make pachinko machines.
Fun fact: he does a cameo in Cyberpunk.
Kojima?
Yeah, he's sitting in one of the nightclub bars, and you go up to talk to him, and he kind of snobs you off.
Because I know he does a cameo on pretty much every game that he's worked on, like all the Metal Gear Solid games. I'm not too sure about one, but I know all the other ones says a Kojima Easter egg in them.
Yep. So. But I mean, like what? It just seems like a PlayStation fan base is out there to headhunt some of the gaming gods in the developing world. Like Todd Howard, has been praised for however long and got a lifetime achievement award at the Game Awards, and then all of a sudden is owned by Microsoft, and he's the worst developer in the world. Yeah, Kojima's going through the same thing. Kojima got kicked from Konami, and then they did an honorary award for him at the Game Awards because they're
end of the day, they're sitting there rolling around in their monies, not giving a crap.
Exactly.
They don't care what someone on nobody on Twitter is saying. They don't care if, like, possibly 2,000 people sign a petition against them. Like, fanning themselves with their bucks.
Just raises more like awareness to the game coming out. Everyone's like, "Oh shit, he's making a new game."
Exactly, it's promotion. Yeah. It's free promotion.
I mean, like,
damn, I want to play that game that everyone protested.
I don't know whether I need to specify this at this stage, but I love PlayStation. I don't like Sony policies. Sony policies are weird. Like of this last 10 years, 5 of my top 10 games would probably all be PlayStation games, and they're probably ranked 1 to 5.
Well, my favorite game was it last week was Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah,
it was PlayStation exclusive, and that was like the only PlayStation game I played all year, but it was my favorite. You know,
I think mine was either Ghosts or Demon Souls. I can't remember.
I think you picked Ghosts too.
Yeah, Demon Souls is there. I mean, like God of War. Like, oh my god, like they need to release the second one because that's just
Miles Morales. Like,
didn't get to play that, but like the Spider-Man game itself, including Miles Morales, is a huge hit as well. That's a huge draw. So I love PlayStation. I love their games. Like, but just don't like the policies.
No. I don't know.
Kojima will come out of this fine.
Yeah.
He will.
He doesn't even care, bro. He's like, I don't
even
understand
he probably doesn't even know that the petition's happening.
He's got a translator for most conventions. He's like, I don't even care what you're saying right now. As long as you're smiling. He's always smiling. I wasn't going to bring this up because it wasn't really on our list, but there's been heaps of games that have been delayed recently. Tom, is it? Yeah, it's a Tom Clancy game. It has to be. It's a Siege game. Rainbow Six Extraction has got delayed. Ghostwire Tokyo, which is like probably the only horror game I'm actually kind of excited to come out, is getting delayed. There was another one. The multiplayer for Resident Evil Red Graves got delayed again.
Yeah, I saw that.
I don't think that's ever going to come out.
No.
I thought that was worth mentioning.
To be honest, I don't reckon Extraction's going to go very far either.
That's to me, it being delayed after already being delayed is.
I knew it was going to get delayed.
A cyberpunk sign, and that's probably
going to always get delayed.
It's going to be a dud, and they know it's going to be a dud.
All the people that had play it and show off footage, none of them that I was watching recommended it.
Yeah,
this looks boring to me.
So I think they're in crisis mode at the moment. What can we do? Last minute, what can we do? Because like you said, the test screeners have not been nice to it.
They're probably excited that they can release another Tom Clancy game, and then Tom Clancy comes out with the other game, like
X-Defiant.
X-Defiant, and they're like, "Damn it, that looks so much fun! Delay it, quick!
Delay it, XD. Focus on XD now. Just focus on XD."
What was the other one? Riders Republic? Was that just changed? Was the release date changed or delayed?
I don't know. That's one you were interested in. I was like, well, it looks like steep, but
yeah, I posted something about it. It was
more extreme.
Extraction was delayed, and there was something about Riders Republic. What was the initial release date for Riders Republic?
I think it was October or something like that. It wasn't too far away. It wasn't soon either. Like
oh,
when they
okay.
announced.
So they've delayed. So that was delayed too. So that's delayed from September to October 28th.
Okay, so it's
That's a
from
whole
September.
month.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
a whole month.
Whereas Extraction's gone from this year to next year. Like that is a
Yes.
huge delay.
Mhm.
So I don't see confidence in their title.
Yeah.
That's why I'm scared of all these games that they announced that they're coming out in January. I think it is like January, February. Like that includes Elden Ring. I don't think that that's going to come out. Like it's just outside of this year, so they can't say that, but just close enough at the start of next year.
I reckon if they had everyone in the offices for the past 12 months working together, it'd be a different story. But
I reckon Elden Ring will release when they've said.
I don't know.
Hope so.
Is it from Soft?
Yeah.
They're pretty reliable, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they've only had one delay, which was one of the Dark Souls 3 DLCs, and it was only by a week.
And it looks like the same sort of engine they've done all the other ones on. I don't think they have any issues.
Yeah,
it's like a tried and tested model, right?
They got something that worked. They're like, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks good.
Battlefield, that's only multiplayer, isn't it? Like the new one?
I believe they are only doing multiplayer, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because a lot of people were quite upset about having to pay full price for an only multiplayer game.
Yeah. So that'll be interesting. Like, I don't think that'll be like delayed, but I mean, like they announced that, and then I haven't heard anything about it. Like, I thought there was supposed to be a beta or something. Like, I haven't heard anything from it since they announced it. Unless I'm missed everything about it, but
Probably gonna hook us up with some beta codes, bruh.
Yeah.
Of course he is.
Sure.
Actually, when Battlefield 1 came out, we they gave like MK like 5 or 6 codes. It was awesome during the beta.
I don't even know what the beta is.
No idea.
No. Yeah, like it would be interesting to see if Extraction actually makes it to release. Like, what do you think? Like, I'm trying to think of Skull and Bones. That was a game that was announced and then was delayed, and then they just stopped talking about it. Most people forgot about it until Stacey brought it up. Yeah. So I'd forgotten about that game.
Actually, Fletch, when I was going on, so before we started the podcast, I was trying to get into the XD beta. They did actually have Skull and Bones on the website as 2022.
Still there?
Yeah, I think they had it for 2022.
What happened to the other one they were doing? Beyond Good and Evil or whatever it was. What happened to that?
Oh yeah, I signed up for that beta like 4 years ago. I don't even have that email address anymore. I'm locked out of it.
I'm still waiting for Patriots.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, Patriots became Siege.
Yeah, I know, but I still want Patriots.
I know. I wanted Patriots so badly. I remember that magazine where they were showing off the screenshots for it. And
I still got the pre-order t-shirt pre-order. Rainbow Six Patriots pre-order t-shirt.
So you think Extraction's just going to be like pushed back, and then we're going to stop talking about it, and if anyone tries to bring it up, it's like shh.
It's like here's Patriots instead.
Sweep under the rug.
Yeah, it never happened. It was a fever dream.
Yeah, they'll be like about that. All right, we might wrap it up there, I think. Anyway, guys, that was us today. Week. We'll see you for the next one, I guess. We have a few codes that you can use, Fletch.
We do.
Yeah. If you type MKAU into these thingies, you can get a discount.
Same code, the letters MKAU. We can go to Streamspell, which is going to help out your streams. You can get better overlays or alerts. You've also got Quantum Energy Drinks, so you can stay awake while you're streaming. Got some really good ones. And we got Aporia Customs as well. So MKAU will work in every single one.
Yep, you can use that for a discount at checkout. Don't forget to log on to our website, have a read of some of our newest reviews, news, and other pop culture articles.
Check out our merch.
Yep. Make sure you check out our merch. Make sure you go follow us on all the socials. Make sure you drop a follow and subscribe to us on our YouTube channel and ding the little bell. I don't know what that means, but every YouTuber says it.
It helps the algorithm.
Yeah, it helps us. But yeah, make sure you leave a comment if you have any topics you want us to talk about next podcast. It's our end of the season podcast, so make sure you tune into that and we will figure out what we're doing from there. Anyway, see you later, guys. Bye.
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 Bye.